What's up, everybody? Paul Carl here. Today we're going to talk more about the selling low-end bulk lots on eBay versus selling the singles and why I'm doing this now. And there's a lot of questions I've had on this. I'm going to address those types of questions in this video. So first, I want to show some real sales, like with the estimated profit per hour, even doing consignment where I split the profit 50-50. The profit per hour on this, what is this, a $30 sale, works out to about $125 an hour. And what I'm including to calculate this is the amount of time it takes to scan them in, get them listed, and then pick, pack, and ship them. I'm not including like sort time or customer service or admin or anything like that. As many cases as possible, my sorting time is basically zero. I'll get into that towards the end of the video. I'm going to talk about sourcing cards so that you don't have to sort too. That's where I'm coming up with this concept because this number isn't perfect. It can actually be higher or lower depending on some other variables, but this is like the closest you can get to kind of approximating how much value you're generating for your time. That's why I use this metric. Here's another example. This is a better lot where it's a $50 sale, another consignment sale, so I'm splitting the profit, still $200 an hour. I like selling Barry Sanders lots. I got $50 for this, had $5 in these cards, over $350 profit per hour from this. We're going to talk more about how I got Barry Sanders cards like this in the end. To put it into comparison, I'm showing some old sales from when I was doing the singles. So this is your normal. This is like what 80% of my orders were. One card for $1.99 shipped. Works out to just under $40 profit per hour. And then for a lot of people doing like $150 shipped, that when I sold those ones, it's about a little under $30 an hour. Which sounds good in all at face value, but this doesn't take into account like your cost of like supplies, your overhead expenses, like your store subscription, any software subscriptions that you're using, things like that, which can bring this down a lot. As you probably have seen in my last video, like my eBay store subscription alone, $300 a month times 12 months, that knocked out what, like $3,000 from my profit right there. But yeah, let's keep going. I made this spreadsheet to kind of show some of the ways that I think about this, like modeling how long it would take to get to certain milestones in a store, like different variables for how fast you ship, how fast you list cards, and to kind of see like if you sold 100 a day, which is what a very common goal is for bulk volume sellers, is to sell 100 cards a day. You can kind of figure out if you're really bad and really slow, you're gonna work for like $9 an hour doing this. If you're in the upper tier of efficiency, then we're looking more at like this 15 to 30-ish dollars an hour if you're really good, before all your expenses and all that, obviously. But I don't want to get into this too much more because the more I look at this, the more I realize nobody cares, and I didn't lay this out in a very good way. But let's keep moving. This is the same thing I mentioned: taxes, supplies, expenses. Here's my income statement from the last video, just kind of condensed. So you see it was almost $10,000 in profit off of $50,000 in sales, and that's off of selling an average of 47 cards per day in 2023. And in mid-September of 2023 is actually when I ended all my listings and switched to lots. So that kind of like 25% of this year, and that 25% being the fourth quarter, I was selling lots instead of selling singles at that point. So that doesn't make this like a perfect case study of singles versus lots, but I mean, you get the picture here. The one thing I do want to point out is like cost of goods sold here. This includes fulfillment, processing fees, things like that. So this isn't what I paid for cards. This is what I paid for cards plus what I paid for postage plus what I paid on fees and like the transaction fees on eBay and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. OpEx, this is some of my overhead here. So like Kronocard subscription, server subscriptions, supplies, domain names, all that stuff, email, blah, blah, blah. So by switching the lots, what it does is it raises the income ceiling. And what I mean by that is since you can produce more income and more profit per hour by selling lots compared to selling singles, that same amount of time that you invest into doing card stuff, you're able to produce a much higher return off of it than if you were selling the singles. So like if we go back to here, this same amount of time, if you're making like 10 times the profit per hour, then and you scale up a store big enough to hit, a lot of sales a day, which I'm going to show an example of this later. the amount of money you can make, even as a side gig, goes up like exponentially. All right, yeah. So here, this is what I want to talk about. The like 6 lots a day is the same as selling 100 singles a day in terms of profit, but you do it over 4 times faster. So selling 100 singles, let's say it takes you 2 hours to sell 100 singles and relist 100 singles in a day. That same profit can be made in about 30 minutes by selling just 6 lots. And here's an example. So this is from Friday, this past Friday, I think. I sold 5 at an average of $30 a piece. And look, this is down 94%. So I had sold over 100 cards on this day, maybe more. I don't know how to do that math right now because I'm not caffeinated enough and I'm kind of sick, so I'm not I'm not gonna worry about this. But I'm pretty sure that's like at least 100 cards were sold on this same day last year. The revenue went down a little bit, net sales went down a little bit, but the profit per hour went way up. This is the whole point. This kind of proves my hypothesis here in one screenshot. For me, at least, you'll have to let me know what you think. Every card you touch, you have to add value to it.
Bro, you want to go see God tonight, bro?
That's something that SCV Sports Cards really stresses, and he is 100% right. And there's more ways to add value to cards than just by grading them. So here's an example. So this lot, 97 Barry Sanders cards sold for best offer taken, so under $39.99. Here we have 195 Barry Sanders cards, just one blurry photo. This went for $75. So that's what? Let's just call it $40 per 100. Versus running them through the scanner in here, I took an offer of $50 on these. That's usually what I'm trying to sell Barry Sanders lots for, especially if it's all commons. If I had some like better inserts or some higher end cards or some parallels in here, I could probably go 60, 70, 80. But since these are all just commons, I took the 50. And here's another example. It shows you how the scans are manipulated by the software. So customers, they can come in, they can see every card that's included in the lot if they want to dig deeper and like check out the card numbers, the set names, if they want to search something or check their list to see what they need, blah, blah, blah. They can easily view all the cards and zoom in and all that good stuff. These things add value, especially compared to singles, because, well, one, you're able to see all the scans of the cards still, just like how we do singles. But in addition to that, you're also able to buy the player or the team or whatever that it is in the lot that you want. You can get the whole thing for a much better price per card as a customer, and then as a seller you win too because you're getting a higher profit per hour for that. And then on top of it, it's a better experience for the shopper because instead of having to go to your store, search your store, and even know to do this, which is a whole other topic, they have to search your store, they have to click a ton of listings, wait for each page to load, look at all the card scans, click around so much. But with this style, they can do it all from one listing. They can just swipe left and right and look at all the cards and scan all the cards that you have of that player, and they can decide whether or not they want to buy them all or not. And in terms of like SEO, that's another value add because like the way that I'm doing the lots, it puts the list of all the cards in the lot in the description, and it does that for the item specifics too. It maxes them out. So like player, team, card name, all those item specifics, you have a maximum of 30. So the software will automatically put the maximum in there for each of them. And that makes it easier for the listings to be found. If you check out my SEO video, you'll be able to learn more about that. And then customer service too, just responding to people. I have an example here I'm going to show you next where you can see like just helping people, giving them good deals, responding politely and professionally and quickly. Like these add value. People will buy from you instead of somebody else if you can provide good customer service. And that's what keeps them coming back too. So this customer has messaged me about some of the markdown sales I had on some of the older lots in my store, and he wanted to make offers on them. He didn't understand how to make an offer. He just received the seller offer from me and he wanted more because he wanted to buy more lots. So he messaged me and he was trying to just like watch all the ones that he wanted so that I could send offers. But that doesn't really work out, as you probably know, because they're anonymized and somebody else might get a lot that I don't want to sell that cheap by itself, but I would happily sell it that cheap if somebody's going to buy, 6, 10 of them, whatever. This is like a real basic thing in my opinion, but nobody does this kind of stuff. Like I showed him, I'm like, hey, look, when you go to my listing, here's the make an offer button. I circled it. This is what you want to click. And then if you want to see all the ones that are on sale that I'll give you the best deal on, this is how you filter it to see only the sale items. And then this person was able to go into my store, send me a bunch of offers on stuff that I was really wanting to move. And all I had to do was take, 2-3 minutes to take these screenshots and make these little circles and send them to him. and that generated, I don't know, what, 4, 5, 6 extra sales on top of the 2 that he already had purchased. It's little things like that. And I think the instinct when you get a message from somebody who's like, yeah, I want to buy all these cards from you. I want to get, this much off each lot. The instinct is like, oh, he's lowballing me. Oh, I don't want to put in this extra work to lose money, yada, yada, yada. But if you talk to people and figure out what they're trying to do, what their goals are, you can build that relationship and that understanding. And so this guy, he sent me some lowball offers on some of the lots that I had just listed, but I just told him, hey, look, the reason why these ones are so cheap is because I had them for so long. I want to get rid of them, so I have a lot more room there for you, and I'm happy to make a great deal there. For these newer lots, I can't go as low as you want right now. Here, I'm going to send you a counter offer for what I could do, and if that works for you, great. If it doesn't, no hard feelings if you decline it. But if I still have them in a few months, they're going to go on sale too, and you could buy them then. I'll shoot you a message. And then I just make a little note in my phone, like, hey, message this guy when these things are on clearance or when I run my next sale. And I can guarantee you, this guy's going to, every time I run a new sale, this guy's going to come clean out all the inventory that I'm trying to blow out. And I'm not going to have old inventory sitting in my store. It's such a basic, simple thing, but nobody does this. And this is another way that you can add tremendous value to your cards, even the ones that nobody wants to buy after you've had them for 3 months or whatever. If you're in one of the Discords with me or in Bo's Facebook group, you've probably heard me make this metaphor before, where selling singles is basically the equivalent of ripping wax to build the collection that you want, and selling lots is like buying singles to build your collection. And what I mean by this is that when you're selling singles, you're basically chasing a hit. You're making those tiny profits 80% of the time, hoping for that one person who comes and puts 40 cards in their cart, or 20 cards, buys multiple cards so you can make that good profit. It's just chasing this hope. Whereas by selling lots, you're guaranteeing that you get what you want. It's like buying singles. You're not wasting money or time or whatever on hoping to get the thing that you want. With lots, you want the multi-card sale. Well, if you only sell lots, you only sell multiple cards at a time. So I'm going to show you right here. This is like the dream sale right here. I had to buy one, get one free deal. Somebody actually used the coupon. And so, by the time you work out the math, 10 minutes were invested into mostly picking, packing, and shipping these cards. Virtually nothing in cost of goods sold. I shipped it with eBay standard envelopes. You can reprint multiples, get new tracking numbers, and send multiple ESEs for orders like this. Anyways, in my little framework, it works out to $60 an hour. You did it. You got the hit. That's a pretty decent hit. I mean, it's not a 40 card order, don't get me wrong, but 60 is still great. 16 cards is great. But let's look at my worst lot. One of my bad lots that I put discounted. I sold it for $20. And it's a consignment sale, so I'm splitting half the profit. So even on these bad sales, I'm still making 25% more profit per hour by selling a bad lot for $20. And I'm not saying that the cards are bad or anything like that, but it's a bad lot in terms of I couldn't sell it quickly for the amount that I wanted. I already touched on a lot of this stuff, like the more profit per hour, better price per card for customers, but the higher sell-through rate one is huge, and that one I haven't touched on yet. So here's my 90-day from yesterday or whatever. I have more solds than actives selling junk wax. They're selling base modern commons. Like, it's insane. Like, you would think I'm selling iPhones or something with a sell-through rate like this. People love the lots. It's great. Yeah, it sucks that I can't look and see, a 10,000 90-day total or whatever, but the amount of profit per hour is so much better. Like, I don't care. I'm going to be triply excited when I hit the 10 grand 90-day total again. So sorting is the other thing I want to touch on. Mini collections are going to be a mix of different cards, whatever. They might at least be sorted by sport. In those cases, you could cherry pick some cards for like an antique mall booth or ComC or to sell singles, show whatever it is. You can cherry pick cards, and then the rest just bulk out. I do those bulk boxes by sport where I sell them for anywhere from like 30 to $50 a box shipped. The other alternative is when they come in team sorted or player sorted already, you can just take what the person you purchased it from already did and use that to build lots by team or by player. This is a collection, multiple lots, player lots that I bought on auction on eBay. I got like $40.99 into it for like 800 cards, I think. So it's like 5 cents a card. These are some of the cards that I'm showing you right now that I cherry picked out of the lots to put in my antique mall booth. And so I top load and sticker those. I do that while I watch a movie or just hang out with my wife at night. But then all the rest of these ones in the box here, they're going to go right into the scanner once I have enough cards for a lot for those players. I like to do the 100 cards because that's where I can get like my $30 minimum price point typically. And since these are all already player sorted, what I'm going to do is I'll put them into another box, a 5-row box with the players' names so that they're all in tabs. So as I accumulate good deals at a great price per card for players that I want to sell lots of, I put them in the box till I get to 100, and I just look for these types of auctions so I can get them for a really good price. Sorry about my kid crying in the background. I want to show you this one here too. This is 650 Icaro cards. I paid $60 shipped for them. That's gonna make me 6 lots. I'm gonna try to get 50 a pop for them. See if that works. If not, I'll go down to 30. Even if nobody wants these cards and I have to blow them out at $20 a pop, I still come out ahead. This is another example of a lot that I won. I won multiple from this seller. When you can get auctions that are cheap for like random lots like this, like nobody wants to pay $7 just for these cards. So you're not gonna have to worry so much about individual collectors bidding on lots like these. But if you find a seller like this who has multiple player lots up that have some decent prep players and you can get the shipping combined, you can get a killer deal. Because I got those 800 cards for like $40 and some change shipped, and so it's like 5 cents a card, and I got a lot of ammo for more lots, including another Barry Sanders lot, which is going to be easy $50. Anyway, let me know what you think. Drop a comment, hop in the Discord, ask me some questions, ask questions in comments. I reply to everything. I love talking shop. I love helping people with this stuff. If you're curious about the lots, I'm trying to build a web app for it. I do have like a desktop software for if you're selling singles, that can be useful. The best fit for the singles is for like LCSs where you have like, let's say, multiple Kronocard accounts and multiple eBay accounts, and you're really doing it at scale with employees and stuff. I can save those types of people, thousands of dollars and make them more efficient, get them better listings, higher sell-through rates, all that good stuff. But yeah, let me also know what you guys think about the style of video. I did the poll where I asked about like editing quality versus lower editing quality, faster videos versus better editing quality and less frequent videos. So this is one of my quick and easy ones. I think I'm gonna use the PowerPoint format because it's quick. It keeps me on track, so I don't have to edit as much because I'm not bouncing from topic to topic and having to delete stuff and be like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, so let me go put that in there. Oh, I gotta re-record it now. I think this will be a lot more efficient for me on my end, and I can get more stuff out quicker for you guys. So let me know your feedback on this, because this channel is for like other people to watch, not for me to watch. So my opinions kind of don't matter too much. Thanks again. Thanks for putting up with me being sick, and yeah, have a good one.